So folks, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the latest Evernote progress and updates. I'm going to be giving you an overview of where I think Evernote is heading, the good, the bad, and some of the future potential that Evernote may hold. And I also want to share why I'm still using Evernote, because I get that question quite a lot. And hopefully I can share with you that today. Before we begin today's video, it'd be great to have you as a subscriber. We do plenty of Evernote features and also productivity tool features as well. So please do make sure to check them out below. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification too. So Evernote recently released something called Tasks, and it's available through early access on the sidebar. A lot of people have known about this update, and it's definitely a great new addition to Evernote, seeing as there hasn't been any updates in the last few years. But Evernote, since they have had the new CEO Ian Small, have definitely improved overall. Now I want to show the first positive bits, talk about the negative bits, and then summarize, because there are negative bits and there are positive bits that I think should be highlighted. So the first positive elements of Evernote's releases has been that they're releasing stuff. Tasks and Home have been the biggest additions to Evernote in the last couple of years, and they've definitely felt in place at Evernote as abilities that extend your productivity. Definitely Tasks isn't anything new. We've seen this inside of tools like AmpleNote and other tools that are in the productivity space, and even AmpleNote going further with their Task Score tool. So Evernote aren't introducing or making the wheel here, but they're definitely adding something that needs to be added. They're definitely chasing the market in some capacity, which is great news. This is something we need with Evernote. I think also their release of Home was a great concept. After initially thinking it would probably be useless, I've actually become very accustomed to it and think that what Ian was saying about the widgets potentially being the real killer, or the apps inside of it being the real sort of movement that Evernote will face, that's definitely exciting as a concept and something I'll speak to later on in this video. So let's flip to the bad side. Evernote 10 definitely introduced a fair amount of bugs to people who are using Evernote. Now the previous editions were pretty stable, but this new version seemed to have caused a lot of problems for people that were trying to download Evernote on different devices. It sounds like there were a lot of stability issues, a lot of crashing issues, and some of them are still going on from what I read in the comments, Reddit, and on Twitter. And it's something that the Evernote team seem to know about, because every 2 weeks or so, there seems to be an update squashing a few bugs that are very specific to the problems that users are facing. So there's definitely an issue in general, but I think that comes when you then tend to move a lot of stuff. And in the last 2 years, Evernote seemed to have moved a great deal, including their whole cloud platform and also some of the major stability and function structure of Evernote. So talking about the future side of stuff, I think the customizations and widgets on Home are really going to be the step forward. This is where you're going to have more of an experience than you'd expect inside of Evernote. Evernote will hopefully leapfrog the market with this, just for the sake that they have the potential at adding things like machine learning and tools that will take your Evernote account a lot further just by using this from the home. So widgets can do a lot more than expected. Maybe there will be an API for this in the future, but that level of customization is definitely the future of Evernote. And I see them adding more and more features like tasks that compete with other applications in the intermediary as a way to catch up with the market before they potentially leapfrog it in the future. Now, all of this is speculation. I think that Home is definitely really well placed to being a companion to your productivity, and it's something that I think Ian knows is got a lot of potential. After chatting with him in our last conversations, he definitely mentioned this as something that was key for the future. So one thing that people will ask a lot of is, why are you using it, Francesco? How are you using it in a daily basis? Now, I am planning a my Evernote tool video on my own personal YouTube channel. However, a lot of people ask me why I'm using it above, say, Notion. Now, I am still using Notion for work, but primarily I'm using Evernote as my personal note taker. The main reason was because I got to a point when I was using Notion that I thought I might as well just slim down my workflow into Evernote because I was already using Evernote in the background. So it's very primal and very simple. I was actually just wanting to stick with one application and narrow down my use case for both into this one app. In this case, I've been using Evernote for about 8 to 9 years, so it made more sense going back to it. So I have a definitely renewed sense of optimism with Evernote, especially in the last 3 to 6 months. These new features and additions have changed the way I look at Evernote, and I've definitely been using it more often. That's probably because I dropped Notion, but at the same time, I feel more comfortable on the platform and impressed at some of the changes they're making as a service. I definitely see Evernote having the potential at leapfrog in the market. It'll be interesting to see whether they are able to, but I definitely am impressed at the way Ian has brought the company from, for example, from a situation where they were really struggling to now being a bit more interesting. I feel like that is a good position to be in for Evernote right now. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed today's overview. Let me know what you think about Evernote in the comments below. Anyway, guys, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Cheerio.